Hi, my name is Hugo, and this is a demo of Tigris object caching with Elixir and Livebook. So what we are going to do here is we use Tigris API first to upload an object to a Tigris bucket, and then we are going to use those machines that are set up in different cities around the world to download that file. We have 4 machines, one in Mumbai, one in Boston, one in São Paulo, and one in Tokyo. And we want to see the latencies to download that file from those different settings. Okay, so this notebook is also a Livebook app. And let's first launch this app. We're going to launch the app locally. I want to preview the app locally. Let's open the app. And let's upload a file to a Tigris bucket. I'm going to select this cat file here. And once the file is uploaded, you can see it here. And I also built this simulator so we can see how making requests from different cities to a Tigris bucket works. So let's say that the first request I'm going to make is from São Paulo. That's where I am. And that's from the files uploaded. So the blue marker is the request location and the gray marker is the response location. So we can see that the request was made from São Paulo and the response also came from Tigris region in São Paulo, and it took 3 milliseconds. What happened here is that when I upload an object to a Tigris bucket, Tigris will automatically store that object in the closest region to the uploader. Since they uploaded in São Paulo, the closest region is in São Paulo, so that's where it was stored. Let's try making a request from a different city. So if make a request to the same URL from Mumbai, we can see that it would take a little bit more time. That was because of the latency, internal latency between those two cities. The request came from Mumbai, the response came from São Paulo, and it took 2.7 seconds. But if I request the same object again a second time, we can see that the response is coming from a different place. Instead of coming from São Paulo, now the response is coming from Singapore. What happened here is that whenever someone makes a request to an object stored in a Tigris bucket, Tigris will automatically cache that file in the closest region from the person making the request. So the person making the request is in Mumbai and the closest region is in Singapore. So for the second and third and so on requests, the latency would be way better compared to the first one. So you can continue to make some more requests. You can see that the latency is way better. And this happens for other cities as well. So if I make a request from Boston, it's going to take some time. The request will come from Sao Paulo, and the response is going to be like 269 milliseconds. But when I make a second request, the response is going to come from Washington, D.C., which is closer to Boston compared to Sao Paulo. And well, the last city is going to be Tokyo. Let's make a request from Tokyo. The response is going to be from Sao Paulo because that's where the object was originally stored. And we can see that the latency was a little more than 2 seconds. But if I make a second request, the latency is 4 milliseconds. Let's make another 3 milliseconds. We can see a somewhere here. I built this table view as well, besides the map view. We can see a summary, the history of requests. So for example, for Mumbai, for the first request, the response came from Sao Paulo and it took 2.7 seconds. But the second and third request, the response is gonna come from Singapore, which is closer. And that happens well for Boston, first response from Sao Paulo, second response from Washington, D.C., way better latency. And the same happens for Tokyo or any other city. And I think that's awesome because Tigris will help you to have great latency for your users and also great DX because I don't have to specifically say where I want to store those files. Tigris will store the closest to the uploader and then we'll cache the file closest to the users. And that's it.